Fakes left, now taken off. Oh, run for it, got it! There it goes! The 6 or the 10 to 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
We are back, Jackson. We are finally back. A quick little break. Season fucking 2. Even though it was only 2 weeks, it felt like a very, very long time. We were texting quite a bit during the break.
Felt like forever.
It felt like I feel like we haven't done this. I might forget how to do some of this, but it was it was. I didn't have a lot of time. I landed from my trip on Friday afternoon, and I was so jet lagged. Basically, yesterday and today, I've just been grinding the notes, and it's been a lot of fun getting back into the mix and kind of starting fresh. And because when we started this, it was again, I think it was week 18 or week 17 of January, NFL. Yeah, it might have already been in playoffs when we started. It might not even been. It might have been that. And I mean, it was 4 nations. We didn't get a full season. Now we can prepare for the whole season. We're gonna not too much hockey talk today. A little bit. I mean, I gotta go through my weekly Marner rant, which I thought we were done with him, but gotta talk to him about it again. Some Team Canada and USA, maybe snubs from the camp. Some recent signings. But before we get to that, again, took 2 weeks off. How you been through that? Have you been up to anything? And what's going on?
Yeah, I haven't been up to too much other than literally work. I haven't been up to too much. Just getting ready for. I'm on vacation this week, so chilling at the cottage, which is nice. And then I went and played Greystone in Milton with my work last week. And
track. What a track.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, I'm excited to talk. There's so much stuff has happened in the NFL.
Dude, Thursday,
it's ridiculous.
Cowboys, Eagles, and we're definitely going to talk about the Cowboys. I just finished right before this the Cowboys Netflix documentary. I don't know if you've seen it or heard of it. Have you?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I can't.
It's really good. It's really good. I would watch it. I'm not biggest fan of Jerry Jones, but it was pretty cool seeing the come up and how shit they were at the beginning, kind of the dynasty, all the shit that Michael Irvin and all these guys were doing behind the scenes. It was really cool. I definitely don't feel bad for Jerry Jones at all, but it was a really cool documentary. I highly recommend. But for me, I was in basically the reason we wouldn't have even taken a break if I didn't have a vacation plan. We probably just kept going.
Need some hand up accountability on that.
Yeah. And I went to Portugal with my girlfriend and her family. Their mom's side is Portugal. And they even said, the Wi-Fi is great. You can record the podcast here. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. That'd be too stressful and everything. So I thought it'd be a good time. And again, week 1, the NFL is here. We're filming on a Monday. Week 1, Dallas Eagles, Thursday night. Can't wait for that. In Brazil. We're going to get to all that later. We're going to start with some hockey. Just because there's not a lot to go over. Just maybe some signings, like I said. And at the end, we do want to talk about, obviously, Team Europe just picked their Ryder Cup picks.
Yeah, dude, I watched it this morning.
No real surprises, in my opinion. I feel like everything kind of made sense. And Team USA made their picks earlier, so we'll talk about that. But let's just get right into hockey. First thing back in Season 2 of the Buds Mafia podcast. And thank you for all the supporters for Season 1. There's the dog. The dog's barking. He's pumped for Season 2. I get it. I'm pumped too. But here we go. No trades and since we kind of last talked in the NHL, but definitely some signings. Victor Olofsson signed with the Avs. 1 year, $1.5 million. 15 goals, 56 games last year with Vegas. I think as a good piece for some depth for Colorado. It's the thing that's been kind of their issue in the past, so I like that for them. Frank Nazar. This was a very off the board extension, kind of one of those get him on a long-term deal while you can. And I think it's a great deal for both teams. If you're looking at the kid, maybe you could have cashed in more at the end of the season, but again, you're 19, 20, you see $50 million in front of your face. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. 46.13 times 7 years, so just comes around 6.59 AAV. 12 goals, 14 assists, and 26 points in 53 games. Really turned it on near the end of the season. He was 13th overall in 2022. He's invited to the Olympic orientation camp for USA, which that definitely caught me off guard. But I think something that Spin Chicklets guys said is a lot of these picks, they know for a fact they're not going to make the team unless they just blow it away. It's more for the future, for future World Cups, for future
Yeah.
Olympics, get him into the mix with USA Hockey. So I think it's a good move, and I think it's a great deal. I think, again, $6 million is not going to be what it was in the past. Even if this guy stays at 50, 60 points, which I think his ceiling could be 65, 70 plus points, getting him at 6.5, even if he stays, like I said, at 50 points, 20 goals, I think it's a steal.
We've talked about it a ton too, just with the way that the cap is moving. Also, definitely not going to be the only time that Hallie loses her mind. She is on point right now, dude.
That's all right.
She is staring out at the water like she wants to go fishing. But I think we talked a lot about it. Like, you're going to see these deals come up and you're going to see bigger numbers, but it just the way that the cap's moving, it's not going to be the same at all. And we've talked about it ad nauseum, but it's like the more you're going to have not these fringe players, but the guys who maybe aren't a centerpiece in a certain roster starting to make more money because there's more money to be available. You know, so
exactly. Yeah, I think it's I think also sets the culture right away. It's like, I don't think it's an overpay. Again, I think he could cash in for a lot more, but it's like, hey, like I'm here for the long haul. I know he had the 1 year, but builds a chemistry with Bedard. I think both camps for the Bedard contract extension, because he can sign it right now if he wanted to. I think they're not in a rush. I think they both kind of want to see. He's shown flashes of being that McDavid, that superstar, but I think both sides want to kind of see. I think for the Chicago side, they're more than willing to maybe commit to a 10, 11, 12, but I think they want to, see a bit more. And I think Bedard also sees that himself. He's like, I want to prove that I am that guy. So I think they're holding off. Another signing, a guy who, threats of offer sheets, threats of, maybe holding out. Marco Rossi signs a 3-year, $15 million deal, $5 million AAV, 9th overall pick back in 2020. He had 60 points in 82 games last year, 3 playoff points in 6 games. It definitely that AAV is a lot lower than what he was hoping for, I'm sure. I know it's only 3 years, so kind of like a bridge deal. Again, we bring it up to Florida all the time. It's just guys who are 5'9", tons of skill, but he's not a Stanley Cup winning second line center. He could be an elite third line center, kind of a guy you can fill up and down your lineup. But as a center that small, you can't commit to a big deal that early, or at least this soon. I think it's a good bridge deal for both. Still making $15 million. Still has a lot to prove. So yeah, I think it's okay for him. I was going to talk about some kind of way too early, NHL fantasy buys and sells, but it's still September 1st. Season starts October 7th. I'll probably wait till the week or two before, so we'll get into that later. Today, though, I just posted, so starting today all the way to the end of September, each day, including weekends. I usually don't post much on weekends for Buds and Pucks, but I will be doing team previews. Today, I just posted San Jose's team preview because obviously they were dead last. So I posted them on Twitter and Instagram, so go check it out. And tomorrow, or by the time this comes out, San Jose and Chicago will already be done. So make sure to check those out, kind of see where I was heading. No real surprises with those two teams. I don't think a lot's going to change, but feel free to check it out. Last few things before I kind of blow my top up on Mitch Marner.
We're temper tantrums already.
Olympic orientation camp. A little bit of maybe some snubs, or maybe that people are calling snubs. I don't see them as much snubs. Nazar Kadri, Jordan Kyrou, and Dylan Strome for Canada. Maybe Kadri because he kind of fits that Sam Bennett, Tom Wilson role. But looking at the other guys on the list, I don't know who he would have replaced. Kyrou, same, like he's a skill forward. We don't need a skill forward in the bottom 9 or bottom 6. And Dylan Strome, he had one good year. He's a great centerman, but same kind of thing. It's more, people say snubs, but when you look at the guys, it's fucking Team Canada. There's going to be some really, really good players not make it. And people thinking, Macklin Celebrini is really young, but it's the same thing we said with the Frank Nazar. It's for the future World Cups, future Olympics. And Macklin Celebrini played in the World Championship team. These owner, or these GMs of the Team Canada, Team USA, they take this stuff very seriously. If you don't go to the World Championship, they question your, commitment to their hockey and everything like that. So I think that's always a big thing. Now Team USA snubs. And there's one snub who I thought was crazy, was left off the team. There was Thatcher Demko, not too surprised. He's injured a lot, but at its best, he is really good, but he can only bring so many goalies. Alex Debrincat, not much of a snub in my opinion. John Carlson, veteran defenseman, but I thought he would maybe make the orientation camp just again for his presence and everything, but he was not. The final snub for Team USA, which I think is a crazy snub, was Lane Hutson. There's no way in hell he makes the team. I just think he's an offensive defenseman. You can, dude, if you go on Twitter, these Sanderson versus Lane Hutson debates are ridiculous. They're so annoying. I did a ranking last night. Someone like, Big Head Hockey, who I like following Big Head Hockey, they're like, oh, rank these 4 under 25 defensemen for baser on their career. It was Schaefer, Thomas Harley, Sanderson, Hutson. I said Schaefer. First overall pick. I think the odds are in his favor. Hutson, Sanderson, Harley. And then these fans just go at it. They show you these analytics of zone entries per game, zone entries per period. Like, I don't care for any of that. But what I will say, Lane Hutson is an incredible offensive defenseman. He had 66 points as a rookie defenseman, which is crazy. I think he broke the assist record of a rookie defenseman. But we've said this multiple times, you don't need that guy on your third pairing, right? He's not third pairing type defenseman. But like we said with Frank Nazar and these other young guys, Celebrini, all of them, bring them along to enjoy the experience or be a part of Team USA experience. He's been a part of World Juniors. He's won gold. Again, I think it's a big deal when you don't go to these world championships. I think these GMs of these teams like Billy Guerin and Doug Armstrong, I think it's a big thing. You show your commitment to their program when you go to these world championships in the summer. I understand you want to do what the fuck you want, relax, get a long maybe playoff run, but it means a lot to them. And again, Lane Hutson would not make the team, but it's about future picks. Yeah. It's about your future team.
Like what you said
I think
earlier.
his ceiling is so high. Like, do I think he's going to be better than Sanderson or is better than Sanderson? I don't know, nor do I care. But like, he has the potential. His ceiling to me is a Quinn Hughes. That is his ceiling. A great, smooth lefty, bit shorter, but incredible offensive production, runs a team. That's his ceiling. I'm not saying that's where I think he's going to be, but that's where I can see him being. And to be sub from this team, there's some guys who, Ryan McDonough, incredible career. I know shutdown defenseman. He's not making that team. So why not put Lane Hutson in that situation to enjoy the camp, be a part of the future of that program? Brett Pesce, fucking Neil Pionk. Like, come on. Like, no, Lane Hutson should have been there. Again, he wouldn't make the team, or maybe he was. I don't know, but I think it's crazy. It's 66 points as a rookie defenseman. I don't care if he's straight offense. There's so many great straight offensive defensemen in the league that win Norrises, help teams win games. I think it's crazy that he wasn't named to that orientation camp. But now, finally, before we kind of get into football, which I'm very excited to talk about football, I thought I was done with this fucking clown, but Mitch Marner came out. He was a Team Canada orientation camp, so obviously he sat down with Elliot Friedman, and I want to choose my words very carefully here. So
I'll help you out.
He basically said he basically said after Game 7 in Florida, where they got fucking bent over, he hired security at his team or to defend his house or kind of take care of his house for 2 weeks because of online hate and everything that obviously Toronto media, and let's be honest, sports media, like it's not like just Toronto deals with this. And it's just, I think it's poor timing. I don't think it needed to be said. Plus, he's acting like he's one in a million players that this happens to. I think it happens way more than people think. And he says he constantly says he stays out of social media. He doesn't like to see it, but then he brings it up all this time, or at least he's bringing it up more recently. And I just think it's feel bad for me, cry for help. Like, I don't want Leafs fans to hate me because I want them to show this is the reason. If you look at Leafs media now, which obviously can be very tough and very brutal at times, as of course we are, they are turning on him more than they ever did.
Yeah.
People were moving on. They're happy. Now, I'm not a big Steve Simmons fan. He's been a Leafs writer for a long time. He wrote an article, which I actually did kind of enjoy or did kind of understand with. And it's just saying like, so his agent, Darren Ferris, it's a PR stunt. It's not, they both came out in the same week, both telling the same sob story. That's not coincidence. That's PR. That's please feel bad for me while I cashed 11 million and fucking held out off my rookie deal and took every penny I can. And now I'm leaving because of some mean tweets. And yes, it's not fun. He just has a kid. I understand that he's, trying to be protective. I that's something, at least media is hard, but I mean, talk about these soccer players that play in Europe. Talk about international. I mean, do you think football fans, all these other, do you think other hockey, you don't think Crosby in his day with Philadelphia fans have DM'd him fucking online hate and all this shit? You bring it up, it makes things worse. I think it's a slap in the face.
It's like putting
fucking Nylander takes the subway to games. Like it's just
like putting
I think
salt
it was poor
in a wound.
timing and then
the reopening a wound, But like
I just think it was so unnecessary.
We get where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's like you don't need to do a media tour. I mean, to each their own. Obviously, death threats are never okay. But I think we've said it a lot. You're a big boy. You're especially playing in a market that is so dominated by hockey. You're gonna get some. Let me tell you, when they play Vegas in January, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped.
Go quickly through some headlines because obviously we missed 2 weeks. A lot of trades.
We'll go over kind of the big stuff that happened. Some smaller,
and then AFC
stuff.
East and West divisions, the last divisions we haven't talked about, kind of their odds to win the division. Then week 1, and then a new segment that we're going to bring up, which I'm super pumped about. So I'll let you kind of take the floor here.
Yeah, just go over, like Brian said, kind of going to go over just everything in kind of what happened over the last 2 weeks. Not everything, but bullet points just about each team, kind of some small transactions, some bigger transactions, break down AFC East and West, and then give our picks for each game this week 1. So real quick, Joe Flacco, I think we kind of talked about it at the beginning. I at least did. It was either between him and Kenny Pickett. They had 4 quarterbacks. They were going to get rid of one of them. I believe Kenny Pickett ended up going and signing with the Raiders, and that's due to Aiden O'Connell. He broke his wrist, I think, which the Raiders fell on Raiders backup quarterback to Geno Smith. So it's a good signing for the Raiders. But Flacco wins the QB1 job, Gabriel QB2, and Sanders QB3. I think that's pretty standard. They'll both, Gabriel and Sanders, will probably have a chance to play this season. I'm sure there's probably packages they'll put in. Now, they're not going to stick with Joe Flacco the entire time, but considering what Joe has done in his career, to have a veteran like that in your locker room is great.
I think he was always going to be the week 1 starter. Unless Sanders really or Gabriel both really turned it on. I know Sanders had that one game that social media was all over for, but are you buying the controversy in conspiracy theories that the league is out to get Sanders or the Browns are setting him up for failure? I think it's such bullshit.
Just the Browns as a team do not do well with first-round quarterbacks.
Yeah, 100%.
They traded away Baker Mayfield, and he's thriving in fucking
his top 10 QB.
Single-handedly ruined Johnny Manziel. So. Well, Johnny Manziel might have had a hand in that, but
I think he might have ruined himself. But
but yeah, so the Browns kind of set their week 1 roster with Flacco at the helm. Get Matthew Judon to the Dolphins. I like that for them. They've got crazy injuries. They've lost a lot of pieces this offseason. I think we knew this, but the Colts also named Daniel Jones the QB1 over Anthony Richardson. He came out and said that he gets it. And I was reading a thing the other day as well about Anthony Richardson, that just because he's the backup, he's going to play this year for sure. I would put money on that, but just because he's a backup, it doesn't hurt his future in Indianapolis. This one kind of caught me off guard. The Chiefs trade wide receiver. I think he's in his 3rd year, Skyy Moore, to the 49ers. He had showed flashes of like greatness. I think that, he could be a good number 2 in the right system. I think just the Chiefs, with the direction that they're going, need to make a little bit more cap space.
And the 49ers wide receiver,
the wide receiver room's in shambles
right now. It's crazy. Ricky Purcell's their wide receiver 1 right now, which no disrespect to him. Crazy journey he's been on, but if he's your wide receiver 1,
Saints, no one really cares. Spencer Rattler's the QB1. Like,
what a battle that is.
3 fucking games this year.
Maybe.
The Commanders traded Brian Robinson to the 49ers for a 6th rounder. They're gonna ride with Austin Eckler and that rookie. I can't even remember his name. He's got a hyphenated last name. But they're going to ride with that for their running back room. Again, 49ers kind of needed to make some moves. McCaffrey's there, but Brian Robinson's a good secondary back. Get him fucking those tough yards. I've always liked Brian Robinson. Look, there's a lot of shit, man. 2 weeks is too long.
I know.
Commanders, I'm going to skip over the Vikings trading Sam Howell and signing Carson Wentz because, again, Vikings
Well, you said it, so you didn't really skip
All right,
over.
whatever. Commanders finally signed Terry McLaurin, so we'll kind of get into the two bigger transactions. Terry McLaurin was holding out, pretty big contract, $96 million over 3 years. Not a lot of term, which I think kind of makes sense. I think he'll probably move on potentially after the 3 years, depending on how the Commanders are doing. I was surprised that it got done, but as the wait got longer and longer, I didn't see the amount of team. I'm sure there was a lot of interest, but the cap space towards, like, there's only certain teams that have a ton of cap space, and especially with a player that you have valued in your organization when you were shit, and then once you've been good over the last few years, like, you're going to try to send him to where he wants to go. And then, yeah, we got the big boy trade, which is fucking Dallas Cowboys. Why? I have a Cowboys fan who's one of my coworkers, and he told me 30 minutes before I left work, he was going on to afternoons. He's like, they're not going to trade him. And I got home and it came across my phone. I texted everyone I knew who liked football. I was like, it started circulating last week that the Packers were in, and that it was most likely there was a certain list of teams that he kind of listed that he wanted to go to. And I think even Jerry Jones wanted a good situation for him to go to, but they also were only in contact with teams that they could add an interior D lineman into their lineup week one, add him in, a guy who is kind of already solidified, like Kenny Clark. So they traded Micah Parsons to Green Bay for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. And Kenny Clark's good. I think he's a 3 times Pro Bowler, really, really good. He's a little bit on the older side, though. So I was a little surprised that that was the way that they went. Initially, when I was thinking if the Bills were going to trade for him, like, they would trade Ed Oliver and 2 first-round picks. So kind of similar, but Micah immediately signs a 4-year, $188 million contract guarantee. Most money, like, highest non-quarterback in the league.
I also think I think he makes like $7 million more than the next defensive player, like TJ Watt. I think he makes a crazy amount of money.
I think with guarantees and incentives this year too, he can make upwards of $62 million. Number change 2 for the kid. He's going from number 11 to number 1. He's a game breaker.
I know he doesn't have. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So
he doesn't have that defensive player of the year, but man, like, this guy's a dog. If he stays healthy, he's got to be one of the defensive player of the year favorite. I'm curious what the odds are now for him. But
yeah, it'll be interesting.
I mean, that shakes up the NFC North a lot. I think. I mean, I've always been iffy on the Vikings. I think Packers solidified at least second spot, maybe even fight with the Lions.
Just when the Bears,
I'm excited for that.
Just when the Bears thought they were going to be good, they have to see Aiden Hutchinson twice a year, and then Micah Parsons twice a year. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I kind of figured he was going to be moved. There was no way, considering just the public fallout between him and Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones was on the hot seat in my books. If you're a Cowboys fan, he openly stated that he didn't want to go through an agent, and a reporter asked him at the press conference, do you think this sets a precedent for the younger guys who are coming up when the time comes for when they want a contract extension? Do you think you're going to see the same thing or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Like, how do you think you're able to get it done? And he just replied with, ask Dak. So clearly Dak Prescott is out here making deals with the devil. Ridiculous statement. I'm happy for Micah Parsons. He needed a change of scenery, and it is a little crazy that they traded him to Green Bay for me. You're trading him within not the same division, but the same conference. And Green Bay knocked them out 2 years ago, I think, out of the playoffs in the wild card round, I want to say.
Destroyed them. Like, fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, so crazy. But yeah, we're happy that McLaurin got his money. He definitely deserves it, and I'm happy for Parsons. Some other quick news. Giants waive Tommy DeVito. He signs with the Patriots. Who cares? I can't stand Tommy DeVito. Adam Thielen back to Minnesota. The video of him and his family when they realized they were going back to Minnesota was unbelievable. His kids were super happy. Kyle Hamilton, safety for the Ravens, 4-year, $100 million extension, highest paid safety in the NFL. I texted you immediately. I think it's worth it. I think he's amazing. I was surprised at the amount of money, but also
it's weird to see $100 million for a safety. Like, that's wild. Definitely one of the best safety. It's not the best safety in the league, but that's
I was
wild
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice, we kind of talked about it earlier when I think he has to serve 30 days over 5 years or something in jail for the hit and run incident that happened last year in Dallas. He has been suspended for the first 6 games of the season. So I figured the NFL was probably going to do something. 6 games, I was surprised. I thought
it was gonna be like
I thought it was going to be like first 4 games. But I think they clearly want to set a precedent that the off-field stuff, they're not tolerating it anymore.
It's such a blow too, because he is an insane receiver.
Really
I think
good.
he's really good. And having him as your wide receiver 1, and you have Xavier Worthy, that hurts their offense a lot, which I love to see. So I'm not really feeling bad for Chiefs fans.
Yeah. The Bengals finally heard me. They paid Trey Hendrickson, reworked his contract. I still don't think he's going to be there for long, but the Bengals and the Cowboys, the front office need to get it figured out. It's kind of ridiculous. Quickly to Darren Bland, cornerback for the Cowboys, $92 million 4-year extension. I believe he set the record for most interceptions 2 years ago or last year. Worth it. The Cowboys are going to be in shambles this year, though. I probably missed some stuff. Joe Mixon's going to miss 4 games. I actually don't know what his injury is, but he's listed as a non-football injury, so I don't really know. But yeah, missed 4 games. It kind of screwed me because I set him as a keeper in one league and then had to immediately change it. So yeah, and then just some quick Bills news. The rookie cornerback Maxwell Harrison was placed on IR. He's the rookie who ran the 4.28 40. Placed on IR. I believe he's got an LCL or an MCL sprain. I wrote down, I think it's more safety than anything. Just based due to the fact that Trey White's going to be out for a bit. Re-signed Jordan Poyer, which I love. Jordan Poyer is going to be a practice squad guy, leader guy, probably slot him into the roster when you need him. What the Bills are doing with their defense, I think it's solidified that it needs to be the defense that takes a step up this year, not the offense. But yeah, speaking of the Bills, get into this breakdown, the AFC East and West. So we'll start. I'm going to start with the West because I want to save the Bills for last.
Yeah.
So last year we had the Chiefs finish first, the Chargers second, the Broncos third, and the Raiders in last place. The Chiefs had a record of 15-2 last year. They're going to be good again this year. It doesn't matter.
They're minus 120 to win the division. I think it's their division.
I highly doubt that they go 15-2 again, but you never know with Patrick Mahomes behind quarterback. But yeah, I got the Chiefs first. I actually don't have the Chargers second. I have the Broncos second. I think Bo Nix is going to take a step up this year. I love what they've done with their whole team. I've seen a lot of guys put the Broncos last, which is crazy. So yeah, I got the Chiefs finishing first, Broncos second. We got the Chargers third. I think the Chargers and Broncos, it's going to be a tight race. The Raiders,
Broncos are more favored to win a division over the Chargers. They're plus 275. Chargers are plus 350. So I think a lot of people have the Broncos over the Chargers.
Yeah. And then the Raiders, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out with Geno. I have them winning more than 4 games, but I don't see them winning double digits. I could have them 9-8, 8-9, something like that. Pretty simple. The AFC West is always a tough division. The Raiders always beat the Chiefs at least once, which is nice. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how that division pans out. Over to the Bills in the AFC East, the Bills and their 3 sons. The Bills are obviously going to win the division. Landslide, no big deal. And then this is where it gets shaken up because last year it was not even close. I thought this was going to be the toughest division, one of the tougher divisions in football. Bills finished 13-4, and there was not a team above 500 after them. It was the Bills, the Dolphins at 8-9, the Jets at 5-12, and the Patriots at 4-13. I have it Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets. And
yeah, me too.
I think the Patriots are going to take a massive step up this year. I think Drake May, Vrabel, even having Stephon Diggs, Trevian Henderson, the rookie out of Ohio State, I think he's going to be really good for them. The only problem they've had in their running back room with Ramondre Stevenson is fumbling, holding onto the ball. I think they're going to take a step up. I think the Bills take the first game, which I believe is the rivalry week game, and then the Patriots take the second game. Like the Bills win at home, Patriots lose at home, or the Patriots win at home. I think we split the games with New England, sweep the Jets, and probably sweep the Dolphins. The Dolphins just are in shambles. I can't even stand the Dolphins. They're horrible. But yeah, I think overall, like the AFC, I think right now, a lot of pundits and everything have the Bills-Packers Super Bowl. Really interesting. That would be really gross. I would be very excited to watch that.
Insane.
But we're just focused on week one. Big game. It's fucking Ravens. I'm so nervous. Unbelievably nervous. But yeah, the NFL is ramping up, man. The week one starts this week. We got a Thursday night game in Brazil. We get Dallas at Philadelphia. It's kind of shitty. I like that they're doing the international games, but it's kind of shitty that you lose a home game, especially to a division rival, that there's such storied history between your two fan bases. Like they both hate each other.
Yeah.
Philly takes it. Obviously, I think Saquon goes off for like 90 to 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts probably 200 yards passing, touchdown. It's a great way to start. It just would have been awesome if it was at the link and Philly fans were just ripping Dallas.
Yeah. Here, let me go through each game in order. Well, I'll say the odds, and you kind of say who you like in this match and why. So, first one that you already said, Dallas, they're plus 300. Philadelphia, minus 380 favorites. I think it's self-explanatory. Philly, bend them over, smackdown, no real question there. Then Friday, game in Sao Paulo, Chiefs, minus 170 versus the Chargers, was plus 145. I think you like the Chargers here. Kind of why you like the Chargers over the Chiefs.
I think it's just, again, a divisional game. I think Justin Herbert has a lot to prove. It's always tough, though. Like I think it's a tight game. I'm really curious as to how the Chiefs are going to look. I'm really curious how Travis Kelce's going to look. I think he came out and said he was not quite as focused last year. I like the Chargers because it's a divisional game. Usually the Chiefs and Chargers split. Again, it's not at home. Right, so it's a little tough. I do like the Chargers, though. I think this is the one pick where I'm betwixt and between. Like I want to say the Chiefs. Like if I was going to put money on it, I would put money on the Chiefs. But my heart is telling me the Chargers are going to win. I want to say like 27-24.
All right, it's now the first game of Sunday football are in the 1 o'clock slate. Tampa at Atlanta. Tampa's minus 140. Atlanta's plus 120. I mean, I like Atlanta's offense. I'm intrigued to see Penix Jr. with Bijan and Kyle Pitts. I'm hearing Kyle Pitts is due for a monster year. I've been saying that for fucking 10 years now. But I like Tampa here. I know it's in Atlanta, but I think we both like the Bucs in this situation.
Yeah, Baker's gonna cook. It'll be a stat line of like 200 plus yards passing, an interception, and 2 touchdowns. And I think it'll come down to the wire. I just don't think Michael Penix Jr. in the first game is going to be great. I think he'll be good. Bijan's going to get a ton of work. It depends on how early they get Kyle Pitts involved to me. I think Michael Penix Jr. is going to actively try to target him. Drake London's a great receiver. It'll be interesting, but like Bucky Irving, I think Rashad White's out for week 1, so Bucky Irving's going to get a lot of carries. Mike Evans is a dog. I'm pretty sure Chris Godwin is back. I'm not 100% positive. But yeah, I like Tampa. Minus 140 at Atlanta. They're going to go out and take it.
Yeah. Next game, I mean, this seems pretty easy for me. Cincinnati in Cleveland. They're minus 250 favorites over Cleveland. I think we can shit on Cincinnati's defense all we want. They're going to score 40 on fucking Cleveland.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco's going to come in, score 41, and say, fuck you, Joe Burrow. There's only room for one Joe in this league, and it's fucking Flacco, dog.
This is going to be like a 40-31 game or 40-33 game. Like this is going to be a high scoring.
Yeah, it should be really, really good.
I think Cincinnati minus 250. Yeah. No shocker there for me. Miami at Indianapolis. This is a big game. Just kidding. I don't care. Me plus 100 plus 100 underdogs at Indianapolis minus 120 in the Daniel Jones run. Colts. I think you like Miami here.
Yeah, I do.
There's not much to say about this game, to be honest. I don't really care. in Indianapolis. Do you see the video of the Colts GM or coach? There we go. He's excited for the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're on the move. You
see the Colts GM kind of name.
You can keep talking.
It was the Colts coach naming. I forget his name. Naming Daniel Jones one of the captains.
Yeah, it's so
I
funny.
can't remember who's a defensive player for
Zaire Franklin, I believe.
Canada. Yeah, his like side eye was like, oh god.
Well, they do a thing.
Captains.
They do a thing where I know where like they name a captain, and then they do a thing where it's like a roof or something like that. And he did it for everyone, and then when they named Daniel Jones, he was like, sick. All right, cool. But yeah, like I don't know.
All right, so
the reason why Indianapolis is favored is just because it's at home. But like I could see Tua. Again, he's the most accurate passer in the NFL, so he's going to. It's going to be a good game, I think. It depends on how Tua plays and whether or not he can stay on the field.
Yeah. Next up, this is another game that's just a tough week 1 matchup. Carolina, they're plus 140 underdogs going into Jacksonville, who are minus 165 favorites. I like what Carolina is building, and I think they are coming around with the offense and Bryce Young, but in Jacksonville, still like Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars
Brian
taking
Thomas
this week 1 matchup. Yeah, I love Brian Thomas, so I think he's going to get a lot of touches. Travis Hunter, first game, so
it'll be
this is not the best week 1 matchup, but I definitely like Jacksonville in this week 1 game.
We're on the move again.
Next up, let's keep moving. Next up, we got Las Vegas in New England. Interesting game 1 or week 1 matchup. Vegas plus 125 underdogs versus New England minus 150. I don't know. It's in New England. They're the favorites. I think this is a easy win for New England. I'm curious to see what Ashingenti does in his first game. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, but I do like the
really
game 1, especially in New England.
It'll be really interesting to see. I think if they can establish the run on the New England defense and keep Drake May off the field, it'll be really interesting to see how the game pans out. Like I could see it being a low-scoring game. I think they're going to get Stephon Diggs involved early and often, and it'll be really interesting. Some of these afternoon games are not amazing compared to what you get at the very beginning.
Yeah, I agree. In New Orleans, Arizona's minus 280. New Orleans are minus 230 underdogs. Yeah, also nothing else to say. Arizona is not that good of a team either, but New Orleans may win. Their over-under for wins may be like 3.5 if you had to bet it, and I'm taking the under on that. I think they're going to be dog shit.
Yeah,
with Tyrann Mathieu retiring, I can't name a single player on their defense. Is Cameron Jordan still there? Okay, so that's one. So that's all I got. But I think not much. It's not like Arizona has the best team either. Obviously, Trey McBride is due for a monster year at tight end this year. But
it also, I think it depends on how Marvin Harrison Jr. can do too. He kind of needs to. He bulked up a lot this year. I think he's going to be fit for not a crazy big year, but definitely a lot better than last year. Did you see, real quick, Arizona's rivalry uniforms? Did you see all the release of the rivalry uniforms? Okay, so the Bills rivalry uniform.
Are they horrible?
No, well, the Bills are like amazing.
There's the all white ones, right? I think I saw.
Yeah, Arizona is supposed to be like dusty and sand and stuff. It looks like a fucking tortilla. It is so ugly. Anyway, we have Arizona winning against New Orleans. Ryan's gonna look it up and see how disgusting it is. All right, Ryan likes it.
I don't hate it.
Dude, compared to the rest of them, they're ugly.
It's like this one, right? Like this helmet here.
Yeah, the helmet's not bad. It's the jersey.
Helmet's cool, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's a bit off for them, but okay.
All right, we got Pittsburgh at New York. I highlighted the Jets only because it's in New York, and I think Justin Fields is going to be pretty good. But I could see Aaron Rodgers going in there, having an absolute revenge game and just being like, you know what, fuck you. And just spoon-feeding DK Metcalf touchdowns. I think a lock for week 1 is DK Metcalf touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not high on Pittsburgh. I know people they have made a lot of moves this offseason. They're obviously they're better at the quarterback position, but I don't know. I know it's in New York. I think New York's gonna be dog shit. Honestly, I've heard just Justin Fields struggling to throw the ball in camp. I don't know. I do like Pittsburgh's a favorite here, and I'd ride with them for this game one, even though it's in New York.
Alrighty. Tennessee at Denver, easy money. Take Denver. They're minus 400 favorites. I think Cam Ward's going to show flashes this year. Calvin Ridley's going to get involved early and often. I think Tennessee will slowly ramp up throughout the year, but Denver, I think, is going to be a well-oiled machine this year, and they're going to be a tough team to beat overall, just with Bo Nix. Sean Payton's an amazing head coach. Their defense got better. Their offense got better. They've got that young wide receiver. I think they're just going to be really good. No week one dub for Denver.
Yeah. We hopped over this. So the Giants at Washington. I do like what the Giants are cooking. I do think they're going to have a good offense. They have a sleeper
in Malik Neighbors. Goddamn. Now it's going to be able to get away from it.
We should preface that. So, by the way, I will put a hand up in case for Jackson. So, one of our last videos of season 1, we were doing fantasy, and Jackson said sleeper Malik Neighbors. And then, if you watched the whole podcast, he basically said, "I can't believe I said that. I meant more like I think he's gonna have a better season than people think he is. So, not really a sleeper." But since I run the show here and I edit the videos, I wanted to bang my friend.
All right, pause.
And it would have been good. It got. I wanted to bang him. It got tons of views and so many people. The comments in it were so funny, and he was getting absolutely flamed. And I did it on purpose. I'll be honest. I wanted to.
I wasn't upset about it.
But it was so funny. But yes, it's at Washington. Washington's a minus 270 favorites. I'm gonna say here again. Like I said, I like what the Giants are cooking. Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart. I mean, Jackson Dart is the backup, but I think Russell Wilson will have a great year with Malik Neighbors. But yeah, I think Washington is Jane Daniels' second season. Yeah. San Francisco at Seattle.
This one's a toss-up.
San Francisco's actually the favorite. I'm surprised they're the favorites at minus 135. I know Seattle, it's interesting. I know they trade DK Metcalf. Sam Darnold, it's interesting to see how he can do on a new team. Can he continue that production they did in Minnesota? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to fall off the face of the earth, but I don't think he's going to, be 4,000 yards, 30 plus touchdowns. But I don't know. In Seattle has a great home crowd. I know they're the underdogs. I have Seattle in this game.
I think it just really depends on
San Francisco.
If the San Francisco defense can get to Sam Darnold, then I think San Fran can win. It just depends on how the Seattle defense pairs or offensive line pairs up. Like, I think, I don't know. That game was like a big toss-up game for me. It's the same with the Detroit Green Bay game as well. Like, that's the next game we're going to talk about. Those two games to me are two of the bigger toss-up games. Obviously, like the last 4 games we have here to talk about, like San Fran, Seattle, it's a bit of a toss-up. Detroit, Green Bay, I got a bit of a toss-up. It's in Green Bay, and I think I love what Green Bay has done. It's interesting to see how Detroit's going to pan out. Obviously, we kind of root for Detroit, even though I haven't really met Jack. We kind of root for Detroit. They're not in the same division, not in the same conference. But it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. My dog just fell off the chair. Houston at LA. It'll be interesting to see how Nick Chubb slots into that lineup. I think LA is going to be primed for a pretty decent year. Depends on how Stafford's going to do with his injury and everything.
I think it's literally if Stafford's healthy. If he's in the game, he's a dog. He's playing. You know what I mean? It just depends on how bad the injury is. I think is he predicted? Like, is he week 1 like for sure, or is it still up in the air? I think
it's still a little in the air.
So it's this, and who's their backup?
They still have Jimmy G, and then they got Stetson Bennett.
Oh, okay.
Stetson Bennett is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard some good things, and I like the receiver core. I like their running backs, and great defense. So yeah, I know you have Houston highlight. I do like LA. It's in LA, but it really all depends on Stafford, if he's in the game or not. If he's in the game, I think they win this game. They are the favorites as of right now. Houston, like we said, no Joe Mixon, but Nick Chubb. Hopefully he can have for fantasy people out there, maybe as a late pick or maybe a free agent ad, Nick Chubb might be good for the first 4 weeks. He may get some touches. But yeah, that's definitely a toss-up game. Now, the biggest game of I mean, biggest game in Jackson's last few months. He's been waiting for this. The whole Dick family's been waiting for this. Baltimore in Buffalo. Wildcard rematch. Baltimore -110. It's dead even odds in Buffalo. Obviously, you got Buffalo.
It's just so tough.
You're a pick here. You'll never choose them. But these last few games, like we said, it depends on the health, like Stafford, but also it's home field advantage. That's really what also it kind of comes down to.
The big thing for me is Buffalo's defense, and I think this game it's the same as the divisional round game. Whoever has the ball last wins. Lamar's going to come out fired up. Derrick Henry's going to fucking rip off touchdowns. They're going to get the ball to Rashad Bateman. Zay Flowers going to get involved. It's going to be a tough game. It just depends on how the defense holds up. Josh Allen's going to do his thing. He's got to limit turnovers for sure. And I think they can pick apart that Baltimore defense. They lost some guys this offseason. Obviously, they've got Kyle Hamilton. But it's really health and the wide receiver room. I would like to see them try and get that but Tyrell Shavers a little bit involved. Dion's got to have a big year. I got Buffalo, and I think it's going to be like 34-31, tight game, high scoring. It'll be really interesting. Or it's going to be exact same as fucking last year where Baltimore just beats the brakes off of them. We see them in the fucking divisional round and beat them.
I'm pumped for that Sunday night. I'm going to be super jacked up for that. And now final game of week 1, Monday night, AFC or NFC North game, Minnesota in Chicago. Minnesota is -120 favorites. But you have the Chicago Bears here. They're the new look Bears. Obviously, Ben Johnson, his offense. They bolstered up that O-line, but they got a new tight end, Colson Loveland, in the first round this year, the draft.
Sleeper.
Kind of why you liking the Bears. Sleeper.
I like the Bears. It's in Chicago. I think they're fired up. JJ McCarthy hasn't played a real football game yet. Obviously, you have amazing weapons around him. Minnesota's got a great defense. I just think of the Bears, it's do or die, kind of. Ben Johnson, new coach. It's do or die for just, you kind of got to get over that hump, and I think they can do it, and I think you start with a big divisional win against Minnesota on Monday Night Football. I just think that it really depends on how JJ McCarthy plays. I think Caleb Williams can put the pieces together. You got Romo Dunze, Luther Burden, DJ Moore. I think the Bears can be good.
Yeah, I like it too. I think, again, that NFC North, I'm so excited to see how it pans out. It's just, I think it's Lions are one. I know Green Bay got a lot better with the Micah, and obviously, but it's still their wide receiver core is a bit up in the air. I like Matthew Golden, but we'll see how that offense works. And then the 3, I mean, I could definitely see I could see the Bears passing the Vikings.
Yeah,
It's just all depends on JJ McCarthy. I mean, if JJ McCarthy can do what Sam Darnold did and just kind of just air the ball up to JJ and then just work in that offense, then yeah, we'll see. But I don't know, his first year, I'm not confident in the Bears being above the Vikings, but I think it'll be interesting. And I do like Bears here week 1. They're fired up. Ben Johnson's fired up in Chicago. I like the Bears here as the slight underdogs over the Vikings.
All right, that's every game, and we're going to get into the new group bet that Ryan has an amazing name for, apparently.
Yes. Jackson, I want to start making people some money. That's what I really want to start doing.
I want to start making some money myself.
I want people to quit their jobs and rely on us. That's what I kind of want.
Fucking responsibility.
So it's okay. Each week, we're going to be giving out 10 picks, a 10-leg parlay, right? I'm going to give out 5. You're going to give out 5. We're going to go back and forth. And it's going to be the way I just came up with this name today. We're going to call it the 10 Commandments. That's what we're going to call them. The 10 Commandments, we're going to fucking call this. We're going to go back and forth, and we're going to make some people some money. All right? So I'm going to start here. Week 1. We already talked about earlier, I got the Chargers money line, plus 145. They lost Rashawn Slater. He's one of the best offensive tackles in the league. That's not a big contract. It's going to be tough for them, but I still like the Chargers. Rashee Rice is out for the Chiefs. They're getting older. We're preying on their downfall. The Chiefs, I think, is starting to come. We will see, but I like the Chargers week 1. Justin Herbert, rumored new girlfriend, Madison Beer. He's going to be fired up. So I got the Chargers money line week 1 plus 145.
I have to go back inside because it's on my phone, and I forgot my phone inside. Don't worry about it. We're on the move today, boys. We're on the move.
Yeah, we're on the move.
Hallie, you need to calm down. She's a loser in mind, dude. Be nice if I could find my phone. Anyway, I know my first pick is Jags money line, so I like the Jags. There's playing Carolina, and Bryce Young is good, but I just think Trevor Lawrence is going to have at least an okay year. You should be able to beat Carolina. If you can't, quit football forever.
Jags minus 165 over the Panthers. I like that. Next up, I have the Bengals covering the spread over the Cleveland Browns, minus 5.5, minus 110 odds. I don't think Cleveland is going to I don't think Cincinnati's absolutely going to destroy Cleveland because their defense sucks. But I do think they're going to outscore Cleveland. And I think they're easily going to cover the spread at minus 5.5. And the odds there is minus 110.
I like that. All right. I took the Eagles money line. I think reason being Jerry Jones is a fuckhead, doesn't know what he's doing with the football team. And the Eagles just unbelievable. They're an amazing football team, great defense, good offense. Saquon's going to go off. Jalen Hurts looks good. It'd be interesting, but I got the Eagles money line.
Yeah, minus 380 there. It's one of the biggest kind of favorites in all of week 1. I think only the Broncos are higher at minus 400 week 1. And for my third pick, I have the Seattle money line over San Francisco. Kind of everything I said earlier. They're minus 115. Its questions are up in the air with Sam Darnold, but I have a lot more questions about the 49ers and their wide receiver room. Shout out to Ricky Purcell. It's awesome, his journey, but if he's a wide receiver 1, you got issues. I think Sam Darnold is going to thrive in that home field advantage for week 1. Cooper Kupp, revenge tour as well. Give me Seattle, week 1, money line versus the 49ers.
I love that. My third pick, I got Bo Nix over 200 yards passing. I think he's going to pick apart Tennessee. There's no way he doesn't go for over 200. I think the Broncos stomp Tennessee week 1. And
yeah. Minus 210 there. I love that. Next up, I have my fourth pick. I have the Patriots and Raiders. I have the under for that game at 42.5 at minus 110. In New England, I think a lot of questions in the air, like I said, with Ashton Genty. I think he's had a great rookie season. I think it's rare that we see a rookie running back just come out flying first game. Geno Smith, new offense. I like Drake May in the New England Patriots, but again, Drake May still young quarterback getting in the groove. I think Patriots win this game, but I take the under. I think it's going to be like a 20-10 game. I don't think it's a very high scoring game.
My pick number 4, I spoke about him a bit earlier, newly engaged man, Travis Kelce. I got him over 4 receptions. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to try to get him involved, going to try to rekindle the connection between him and Kelce. Over 4 receptions, I think it's pretty safe. 4 seems like a high number considering his production value last year. They got him involved more towards the end of the year, but I think it's going to be early and often.
Trying to see what the odds.
I think it was like plus 120, something like that.
Plus for Kelce, no, for receptions, 4 receptions like minus 425.
Oh, all right. I don't know ball.
You don't know ball. My final pick, and I think it's Jackson will like this one. I got Josh Allen over 1.5 throwing TDs at minus 125.
Try 4.
I think they're definitely going to be running the ball a lot. James Cook and Josh Allen as well, but I think we're going to see Keon Coleman really explode in this game. And I got 2+ throwing touchdowns for Josh Allen, our Lord and Savior MVP.
Good segue because I got James Cook over 60 rushing yards. I think he's going to get involved early. I think that contract, he's going to put his foot in the ground and drive, and I can't wait.
Yeah. So if you hop along for the 10 Commandments, this is week 1. We're going to track our record. This right now, I just put it in. This would be $5 to win you over $1,200 week 1. That would be a nice little start to the season. Follow along for that. We're going to keep track of our record. We have some other stuff to talk about, but since I think all our bets are going to be football and the NFL, might as well go through our lock of the weeks, our new lock of the weeks in Bet the Farms right now. We're starting fresh. Our records last season were ridiculous. My lock is the Eagles covering the spread at minus 7.5. I think it's going to be a slaughter. It's minus 105 odds, $10 to win 20. like we said, they're minus 380 money line. That could easily be your lock of the week too. I just think Eagles are actually going to destroy this team. I like what they've done, and the Cowboys just to me have gone worse.
I agree.
Clearly, obviously, and it's a neutral site game or whatever, but I think the Eagles are absolutely going to kill them. I think they'll easily cover the spread.
Yeah, my lock of the week, I also took Eagles money line, Saquon anytime TD, and Jalen Hurts 200 plus passing yards, 10 to win 26.
There you go. Now bet the farm.
Pretty sure we got the same.
I think we have the exact same one. It's going to be money line for each game of the 16 game slate. So Eagles money line minus 380. Chiefs money line minus 170, even though I said the Chargers for our 10 commandments. Cardinals money line minus 280, right? I got the Jaguars money line minus 165, Bengals money line minus 250, Patriots money line minus 150, Dolphins money line, I got plus 100 on the Dolphins. Commanders money line minus 270, Steelers money line minus 155, Bucks money line minus 140. I know I just said I had the 49ers for this bet the farm here minus 135, Broncos minus 400, Packers minus 140, Rams minus 140, Bills minus 110, and the Vikings minus 120.
Let's go.
That's hilarious.
I'm $2 to win 5,600.
Yeah, and I have $1 to win 2,800. So that's good math right there. I know we kind of contradicted ourselves quite a bit, but you got to hedge sometimes when you're betting. You know what I mean?
You got to hedge.
Play both sides. That's it for week 1. I can't wait for this. I can't wait to see how it all works out, how the chaos ensues. Moving on now, we're going to talk a little bit about college football because it was such an insane weekend. And I definitely want to get more into college football. I'm not going to act like I'm a fucking professional or a diehard college football fan, but I do love it. I do love watching it, especially when there's big games like this, week 1. First one, Texas, Ohio State. Texas is, as of right now, before the season, they're number 1. And Ohio State wins 14-7. Arch Manning, rough start. I think he had 38 passing yards by like the 10th minute in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter really turned it on. I think he finished with like 170 yards. They just couldn't get it going. He missed simple throws. His throwing motion looked
He had
off.
no time in the pocket.
A lot of pressure on Arch. No time. And I mean, I don't care if you're at home. You're playing the defending champions, Ohio State. They're a wild machine, and they just suffocated him. I definitely do think Texas and Arch are going to have, a top 5 season.
Yeah, I
don't think
really
this is going to be like that. Like, you saw flashes of Arch Manning in the pocket and everything.
Debut again. Like your starting debut against. Yeah. And
like you saw flashes of Arch being what he's supposed to be. So I think in the fourth quarter you saw what he can be. I think it's a lot of pressure, and but I do think they're going to bounce back. I do like the Longhorns. So we'll see. I think they have I look next week. There's really no ranked games, so I think Texas is going to get a nice confidence boost type game and absolutely floor. I'm not sure who they're playing, but they should fucking destroy them. Clemson, LSU. Clemson's ranked 4 going into the season. LSU is 9. LSU won 17-10. A lot of people are fans of Clemson's quarterback as a Heisman sleeper, and I think it's Klubnik. He played all right, but I think this was a big win for LSU and Clemson.
Garrett Nussmeier.
I don't know if you were able to watch that much of the game.
He's supposed to be a favorite for the Heisman as well. I think LSU is going to have a good year. I don't know if they have all the pieces to kind of get to that national championship, but it'll be really interesting. Like even Ohio State, they played really well. They're playing a tough Texas team.
Yeah.
But 14-7, you lose a lot of pieces on your offense, but their defense was ridiculous. Like the start of the game, it was just a defensive onslaught from the start of the game. And then Ohio State put together that one touchdown drive, which the defense of Texas kind of shot themselves in the foot. But the upsets are crazy. Like 4 beat 9, 3 beat 1, and then you have an unranked FSU team that just destroyed Alabama 31-17.
Saban-era Alabama needs to figure this out. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, so Florida State, they're unranked. They obviously 2 years ago they had an undefeated season. They weren't picked. It was the last season before the new 16-team playoff format. They weren't picked. There's a big controversy because their QB got hurt, and it was all about viewership or the controversy, stuff like that. Last season they were like 2-10. They were absolutely horrendous last year. So this year, not a lot of expectations, and Alabama had nothing going on, and I think...
There she is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That scared the shit out of me. That scared me.
She just does it all the time. There's nothing going on. There's a
God.
boat that drove by in the water, and she's like, "Get the fuck off my property."
Oh God. Well, I don't know what I was saying, but I think that was Alabama's first opening week loss. I think they're 23-0 or something like that. Like they haven't lost week 1 in a long time. But yeah, so that's that. And last night, Notre Dame 6 lost to Miami 10. Carson Beck gets his first win in Miami, 27-24. One of already the highlights of the year catch in that game. That was a ridiculous catch. Next week, like I said, no real ranked games. Michigan 14 versus Oklahoma 18. So tune into that. But I think next week, first week has always been the top 10 games, stuff like that. Then next week is kind of like teams kind of get their confidence. They play these unranked like Marshalls and shit. Like Georgia beat Marshall like 50-10 or 50-7 or something fucking like that. So interesting to see what kind of turns out. Are you ready to wrap up here with some golf? I know we missed the last few weeks. So we were here for the St. Jude when Rose beat Spawn in the playoff. So BMW, Skyy Scheffler took it down with Robert McIntyre, finishing second. Fleetwood, another top 5 finish. Dude, after the St. Jude, even though he was running out of time, you could see it coming. I was like, after each of these press conferences, after the Travelers, he was pretty devastated. He was pretty like in the mud, but after the St. Jude, after the BMW, where I think he had a lead in the BMW too, he was in his press conferences, he was seeming calm. He could sell that something was coming, and then Tour Championship, he turned it on.
You get that close all the time, you're figured it out. And the Tour Championship, was amazing to watch.
I was pumped. I couldn't watch it because I was in Portugal, but I kind of looked at the PGA Tour app and was kind of following him hole by hole. And then near the end, it seemed like he was playing smart golf. And I mean, those last two finished a long time with fucking Patrick Cantlay, who he's such an insane golfer, but his pace of play is it's ridiculous. There's a video of him on, I think, 17 par 3, maybe 16 par 3. I can't remember, the long downhill par 3 over the water. He stood over the ball for like a minute. Like over the ball, like not addressing it, just standing there. It took forever.
At one point, the group ahead of them was almost 2 holes ahead of them. You could tell, like, Tommy's not the craziest fast player, but like, you can tell when a guy, like, when people are playing slow, it gets to you mentally. Like, standing there, you're like, man, we're all doing the same thing, hitting a golf ball. And yes, there's a lot of money on the line. And yes, you're relatively close to the lead. But like, fuck, man. Yeah, I just couldn't.
Yeah, so, but awesome to see Tommy win. That was I think my parents are getting into golf. I think my mom said she's a massive Leafs fan, so she can never watch the games. And she said for the last few holes, she said she couldn't be in the same room with my dad watching it. She could not watch it. She felt so bad for him in the last few times, but finally gets it done. Now, last piece of golf of the season, which I am so fired up for. Ryder Cup in Bethpage. I think it's the September 23rd weekend.
26, 28.
Captains 26, 28. So this picks, the Europe picks for today. USA picked their picks a few days ago. We'll go through them. So the automatic picks for Team USA: Skyy Scheffler, JJ Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. And then his captain's picks, no real surprise for me. Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, and Cameron Young. Cameron Young's been on fire the last few weeks. I know
I think
he had to qualify for the U.S. Open at one of those tournaments, but he's been on fire the last few weeks, so I'm happy to see him in it.
Dude,
what were you going to say, sorry?
Team Europe has depth. First of all, I'm unbelievably Team Europe. Cannot stand the Americans. And the depth on the Europe team versus the USA team, like, don't get me wrong, the golfers the Team USA have are good. But Team Europe automatic picks: Rory, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Rasmus Højgaard, Tyrrell Hatton. All of them have won. Obviously, Tyrrell Hatton plays for Liv, but all of them have won on tour this year, I believe. I'm not
and his major finishes, Tyrrell Hatton has been good. Like, he has done well in these majors. He's Liv, so he's top. He's like the same thing with Bryson DeChambeau. So all of his points are from majors. So he's clearly playing incredible golf. And like, Yeah, it's just in like the depth. Like obviously, you can say, "Oh, USA is Skyy Scheffler." One player cannot win the Ryder Cup. He cannot.
And then the depth for the captain's
like,
picks.
go through the captain's
You got
picks.
Shane Lowry, amazing golfer, unbelievable in the last Ryder Cup. John Rahm, who has been playing lights out over on Live. Sepp Straka, who is just a perennial good golfer, will always be in it in kind of the outskirt tournaments. Victor Hovland, who turns it on in these types of tournaments. Ludwig, who again you saw him turn it on in Rome. And then you have Matt Fitzpatrick. Like, it's just the depth behind the European team. I think the American crowd's going to get into it pretty hardcore because the European crowd got into it hardcore when it was in Rome.
Yeah.
But God, I can't wait. I need another video of the European team riding a bus chanting the USA.
USA is terrifying.
Europe's
on fire.
I need that.
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be. I don't think USA is going to get as clapped as last time. Last time it was like Skyy Scheffler and Brooks Koepka lost 9-7 in one hole or one round. But yeah, I think the depth on Europe is just ridiculous, and
it'll be ridiculous.
The passion that some of these Europe guys bring is like Shane Lowry, Tyrrell Hatton. Like I think
Rory's going to be on one.
I like Team Europe here. Yeah, he's going to be on one. He says so much how much he loves the Ryder Cup. Quickly before we wrap up the whole Keegan Bradley, I love Keegan Bradley. I think he finished 12th or 3rd in U.S. Ryder Cup points. So I think if he wasn't a captain, he would have been picked.
Yeah, he would have been a pick.
Like I think if someone he definitely would have been picked. So he's definitely good enough. I think it was the right decision. Even though I'm on Team Europe, I would have loved to see him play because I love Keegan Bradley. I think the motion would have been really cool, but he couldn't have done his job correctly if he was a playing captain. Like there's a reason it hasn't happened since Arnold Palmer in like 63, right? Like you have to go to these holes, you have to see what's going on, you have to hype up your guys, you have to understand if you're playing, you can't worry about all that. You have to worry about your games. As much as I would love to see, I think the fans want it. I think it was the right decision. I think it killed him to do so because of what happened when he lost. I can't remember where, a couple years ago, but I think it's the right pick, and I'm excited to see what happens in the Ryder Cup.
Me too, brother. Me too.
All right, man. Well, this has been a hell of a season 2 opener. We got dogs barking. We got people.
We're moving around.
People sweating.
I'm sweating.
Moving around. I'm sweating like a dog over here. But it's great to be back. Great new segments. I know we keep saying this. I'm going to get in contact with you of your schedule. I really want to do an in-person podcast. I think it's what the fans want and what I want. I'd love to sit down and get to do that soon.
From me.
Yeah, they want some sleeper picks. I think Jamar Chase is really going to.
Let me tell you something about a guy named
CD
Lamb.
We have our own fantasy draft tonight. I'm the commissioner. We did a randomized draft or randomized order selections because we have a lot of new guys. I was like, let's just start fresh. And you came last. I'm 3rd, which I'm happy to be 3rd.
It's rigged.
And it is rigged. I rigged it.
Did you see what Chris texted?
But yeah.
Our buddy who's in this draft is texted 2 minutes ago and said he just did a mock draft and he's already sweating. The draft isn't until 7:45 or whatever tonight.
8 o'clock.
Oh, damn,
yeah,
I got a draft
I'm pumped for it.
I got a draft at 7:45 and at 8.
But yeah, I'm pumped. It's great to have the season 2 back. Like I said, each day there's going to be a team preview. By the time this comes out, there's going to be San Jose, Chicago done. And when this comes out, I'll be doing Nashville as well. Schedule is still going to run the same. Wednesday releases in the morning for Spotify and YouTube. Make sure to go follow, comment, like, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, all the podcast platforms. Buds and Pucks on Twitter, X, TikTok, all that stuff. Season 2 begins, and we want to really take this thing to the next level. And I'm excited to do so. Episode 32. Let's keep this going. Good to see you, Jackson. Good to be back.
Luck.
Week 1, baby.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Fakes left, now taken off. Gonna run for it.